All right, good morning. It is the morning, and I am doing a video. I'm going to discuss one of my favorite things to talk about, which is the difference between dreams and goals. There's a lot of things that people want to do with their life, but then they have issues. Um, they, they always talk about becoming the doctor. They always talk about going to Disney World. They always talk about going to Hawaii. They always talk about this, that, and the other, how they're going to own a business and how they're the best at what they do at their current job. And if they just had a break and somebody gave them an opportunity, or maybe if they just said they'll make it happen someday, it'll happen, but with no real plan. And that is one of the hardest things to listen to when you have somebody talking to you that you know has been talking about that, let's say, for the last 5 to 10 years, and nothing has changed. Well, clearly they have no path, they have no plan of action, and they haven't taken action. And what goals do is they allow you to take action. They are very planned out. They are step by step. They're systematic. Everything that you do when you set goals is to focus on that goal. So let me give you an example. It's going to be hard to read. I think it might even be backwards, but this right here is how many contacts I've made this week, and I mean live real estate conversations. And as you can see, you're looking at over there, it'll say L and B. That's a list and buy. That's another list and buy, an L and L and L, a list and buy. And you can, so when you're filling your pipeline with those kind of contacts, that's a pretty good clip of business. Something will shake out, and it has already. Out of that, it produced 2 listing appointments and another referral, and possibly another one from there. Um, that right there is part of my plan. If I want to close a certain amount of houses in a year, or if I want to target a certain kind of sale, which is sellers, then how do I need to do that? How do I set up my plan to attack and go after sellers and really focus? And this allows you to focus. I have notes um, on the other side. I have notes on every single person. So if they're not selling, if they gave me a referral, if they took a business card, if they, whatever, right? I know what's going on. And this was what makes me more valuable in the area that I target, because I know things that no other realtors know. I know when people are planning to move. Even if they don't list with me, my buyers have an advantage, because I can go, well, I know that there's a house over there with a pool going on market. Do you want one with a pool? Do you want one with a bigger lot? Do you want one that's a 2-story? Do you want a 1-story? And you can literally just hand pick the homes before anyone knows about it. So that becomes a selling proposition advantage for me when I'm doing things. And last year, at the very probably a quarter of the way into the year, I realized that I wanted to take 4 vacations. I wanted 4 weeks off, and that means 48 of the 52 weeks of the year I'm working. When I set that expectation, I hit it. Everything in my mind sort of turned and focused to it, and I went after it. I did it. I hit my goals, and not only did I planned to go to Costa Rica the next year, but we found tickets that were just too good to pass up, and we ended up going this past year, and it was supposed to be this year. And because I financially met my goals, not only did I hit my goals, but I hit them by September. My annual goal, I hit it by September, um, which was awesome. Surpassed it by December. I was way above it, and I was really excited. It really struck a chord with me, and one of the things that we probably all heard is that success breeds success. And when you hear that, you got to think, okay, well, what breeds success? What am I doing that is success? And you need to internalize that and go, okay, ask yourself that question, like, what is it that you are successful at? Because so many times we get down and we get bored and we get slumped. I'm in a slump sort of right now. I'm trying to get out of it. The only thing that I've learned that can get out of a slump is action. So I've taken some pretty massive action, the last couple weeks to kind of get out of that slump. I say all this because there are people out there that have stopped dreaming, and I want you to listen really close to this. This is so important. Many of us when we were a little kid, when we were 7 years old, and our teacher asked us, hey Johnny, hey Susie, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I don't know what your answer was, but you do. You know what you wanted to be. I wanted to be a baseball player. Did I think that I was going to make millions of dollars doing that? Probably not. I just loved baseball. And I knew that it was fun. It was what I was into at the time. Obviously, we grow out of childhood and into adulthood. Reality hits us in the face. But what happens when reality hits us in the face is we stop dreaming. We realize that we do what we have to do, and that's all that we end up doing. I don't want to be one of those people. I don't think that anyone listening wants to be one of those people. But if you want to do anything for yourself and really give that 7-year-old a chance, if you remember, I mean, if you could just take yourself out of that picture, sitting Indian style in front of your first grade teacher, and you're sitting back there as if you were the parent, watching you speak, and you said whatever it is that you wanted to be, a singer, an actress, a doctor, a nurse, a fireman, whatever, and you're listening to that 7-year-old talk, which is you. What are you gonna say to that 7-year-old if that 7-year-old gets back up and turns back to you, and walks to you and says, "Hey, you're my older me. What have you done? Because I'm sitting here in class right now dreaming, and have you done anything to help me accomplish my dream?" Only you are to blame. Only you are accountable, is what is probably a better way of saying it. You're accountable for that. You're accountable to yourself. And many of the times we get so caught up in serving other people, other companies, other people's dreams that we forget and we stop dreaming. And what happens when we stop dreaming is we stop living. We stop hoping. We stop moving. We stop taking action. We have no real reason to be living. Well, I don't think that God or anyone else, including you, cares about that. So take that today. Start dreaming again and become what you wanted to become when you were 7 years old, and give that 7-year-old a chance, and accomplish a lot of things. You'll do great things in life if you just remain focused. You need to set up things and systems to help you retain that focus, and have a great day.